You're floating peacefully through the silent vacuum of space. Suddenly, every alarm in your ship starts screaming. The stars outside your window, they're bending, warping into impossible shapes. Time itself is starting to feel horribly wrong. You're being pulled in. A black hole has you. You are plummeting toward the ultimate cosmic no-go zone, a literal trapdoor in the universe where the very rules of reality completely shatter. There is no turning back. The absolute crushing power of gravity has taken over. So the ultimate question is, could you survive the descent?
Part 1. The Edge of Gravity.
To truly grasp the immense danger you're in right now, you have to realize that space and time aren't just empty voids. They act like a flexible stage. When a massive star dies, it doesn't just quietly fade out, it violently implodes. The core collapses in on itself at a staggering 25% the speed of light. It packs an impossible, mind-bending amount of mass into a tiny diameter. Gravity completely overwhelms every other physical force in existence, violently shattering the cosmic stage. This extreme density creates a gravitational pull so absolute, so monstrous, that not even a beam of light can escape its grasp. The rules of reality? They change right here. You are no longer in the universe as you know it. Part 2, Death by Spaghettification. Accelerating helplessly into the abyss, your survival completely depends on the size of the monster you've just encountered. Let's say you fall feet first into a common stellar black hole. The gravity at your feet is vastly stronger than at your head. You're violently stretched, squeezed thinner and thinner. Within fractions of a second, you suffer a gruesome death by spaghettification, literally reduced to a thin stream of hot plasma, gobbled up in one final cosmic slurp. But there is one terrifying loophole for survival. A stellar black hole, just 9 miles across, will tear you apart instantly. But a supermassive black hole, one with millions of times the mass of our sun, because it's so unimaginably massive, its gravitational pull is actually more uniform at the edge. To avoid being shredded into plasma, you have to fall into a supermassive beast, like the one lurking right at the center of our Milky Way. You survive the initial descent, but surviving only brings a much deeper nightmare. Part 3, Crossing the Event Horizon. Plunging deeper into the supermassive void, you reach the photon sphere. This is the strangest, most terrifying funhouse mirror in the entire universe. Gravity is so intensely warped here that it literally traps light in a continuous orbit. If you look straight ahead, you wouldn't see blackness. You'd see the back of your own head. Light is bouncing off your back, orbiting the entire black hole, and traveling right back into your own eyes. And then you hit the ultimate threshold, the event horizon, the absolute point of no return. This is an invisible, one-way border where gravity becomes so utterly dominant that nothing escapes. The second you cross this boundary, you are permanently shielded from the rest of the universe. Escaping now would be as physically impossible as traveling back in time. The sheer paradox of your existence at this exact boundary is mind-blowing, because time and space literally swap roles. To an observer in the outside universe, you freeze in slow motion. They watch you get dimmer and redder until you just stop completely. But from your perspective, you watch the universe you just left behind rapidly speed up. Eons pass in seconds. It shrinks into a tiny, distant spot of light, and then total, absolute blackness envelops you. Part 4, Inside the Singularity. You are now completely inside the void. Space-time is so horribly broken in here that every single direction you attempt to move leads only to the exact same place, the center. This is the cruelest trap in physics. Trying to fight it, trying to escape, it only brings you to your crushing death faster. To survive the longest in this absolute darkness, you must do absolutely nothing, because waiting for you at the very center is the ultimate destruction, the singularity. A single, infinitely small point where curvature and density become infinite. Your memory is erased, all known laws of physics completely fail. It's a literal divide by zero error in reality, where everything that has ever entered is crushed out of existence. But it's actually even more violently chaotic than that. Dying stars spin wildly before they collapse, meaning these black holes spin too, up to 90% the speed of light. You get caught in a staggering, rushing whirlpool of dragged space called an ergosphere. You are pulled inevitably, inescapably, toward a swollen, rotating core known as a ring singularity. The tide is completely irresistible. Part 5, The Ultimate Cosmic Mystery. Long after you have crossed that point of no return, the black hole itself will eventually face its own terrifying demise. It happens through a quantum phenomenon called Hawking radiation. Boiling quantum fluctuations create pairs of particles right near the horizon. One falls in, but the other escapes. And those escaping particles, they slowly steal the black hole's mass. It literally bleeds away into the cosmos until finally it evaporates in a devastating nuclear flash. But you have to grasp just how incredibly long this process takes, 10 to the power of 100 years. It is an incomprehensible amount of time. If you dropped just one single grain of sand every 10 billion years for every single particle in the entire universe, your hourglass wouldn't even be 1% empty before a supermassive black hole finally dies. When that colossal black hole finally vanishes in a violent burst of high-energy radiation, physics demands an answer. What happened to you? What happened to the information, the memories, the exact atoms that made up your body? Is the memory of your entire existence just lost forever in the void? Stephen Hawking theorized a mind-bending answer to this. He suggested that your information actually survives in an alternate reality, meaning somewhere out there in a completely different history, you are still alive. Because in that second reality, the black hole never even existed. Knowing that crossing this dark threshold guarantees destruction in our universe, but might just mean survival in another. Would you dare take the plunge? Perhaps somewhere beyond that crushing darkness, the universe is hiding one final magnificent secret that humanity may never truly discover.